Welcome, or welcome back to Blooming Slopes Gardens, my coastal garden in Southern Ireland. It's Halloween season, which here in Ireland is traditionally the Celtic New Year, Samhain, a time for entering the dark half of the year, resting, rebuilding, the heroine's journey into winter. I've been preparing the garden for what's ahead, cutting back spent blooms, sweeping up tons of leaves, and tucking bulbs into the ground, hoping for spring. But before we close the door on autumn, let's see what's still blooming out here on the slope. Let's start with the sages. This ornamental sage is commonly referred to as salvia hot lips. As some viewers like to know the proper names of things, I'll be putting the Latin names on screen as we go along on this tour. This very hardy and long flowering perennial does very well here. A little too well. It tends to dominate, as you see. I know that you generally don't cut back a plant that's still in flower, but I did tidy this up a bit. It's really beautiful though, and a favourite with the pollinators. I also have a purple variant here, and the white and the blue salvias I bought last year are still going strong. Much smaller than the other two. Something I recently bought, which I have in a container for now, is this glorious peach and cream salvia. Right next door is one of my exotics, with its fiery red tubular blooms, pineapple sage. It's known for its pineapple-scented leaves when you touch them. This perennial shrub is from Mexico and Guatemala, and the person I bought it from last year warned me that it was tender and recommended overwintering indoors. But aside from the fierce Atlantic storms that batter us here on the coast, our temperatures are generally mild enough for some exotic and subtropical plants. I took a chance and put this in the ground. I did protect it with fleece during the hard frosts, but as you see, it's absolutely thrived. Moving on down the hillside. This is one of my absolute favorites, Japanese anemone. One of the best late blooming plants for pollinators, in my opinion. The delicate double-petaled pink blooms surround golden centers rich with pollen. Stunning displays right through autumn. While its ethereal blooms dance gracefully on slender stems, giving rise to its nickname, windflower, beneath the surface, its root systems are vigorously spreading. I will cut them back a bit, but there'll be plenty for next year too. And over here, along the wildlife corridor the foxes use, the last gasp of the hibiscus-like blooms of lavaterra or tree mallow. This one's definitely on its last legs now. Once the flowers are spent, I'll be cutting this back hard and taking some slips to propagate new plants for next year. These plants are generally short-lived. A fellow gardener gave me a slip of this a few years ago. Her plant didn't come back this year, so I'll be returning the favour. Underneath the lavaterra are the Irish native wildflowers I experimented with this year. Still going strong. Two varieties seem to be the most robust here. The yellow one is corn marigold, and the smaller pink one is corncockle. I learned from Wildflowers of Ireland that corn marigold is classed as near threatened in the Red Data List of Vascular Plants 2016. So I'm pleased it's thriving here. They're annuals though, so I'll be saving seed. Beside them, the native Irish wild teasels are spent, leaving these architectural flower heads. This is one I definitely won't be cutting back. Now at the end of their 2-year life cycle, these majestic cylindrical heads contain the prize. Thousands of seeds for the finches, especially goldfinches, over winter. We have a small colony in the trees outside the house, so this stays. What else? The wall daisies. with one of the longest blooming seasons of anything else in the garden, still in full bloom. They're leaf traps though, that's for sure. I seem to spend half my time raking sycamore leaves out of their flowery mounds. Over in the border, it's the time of year for silver and gold chrysanthemum. A native of Japan, this plant prefers Zone 5 winters, but it's been thriving here. The foliage is a real draw. Deep green leaves tinged with silver, silver underneath. And now, this is its season. Tiny little dots of gold flowers. Here's another of my exotic subtropicals. Mexican cigar plant, sometimes called firecracker. It's hugging the ground here. The coastal winds are a little too fierce. In more sheltered spots, this can get much taller. Two of the fuchsias are still putting out new flowers. Planted a couple of years ago, this more delicate deep purple variety grows slowly here. The larger bush is a more common and hardy genii, with brighter foliage during the summer. The fuchsia's distinctive long pendulous bell-shaped flowers are very popular with pollinators, although the visiting hummingbird hawk moth preferred my salvias over the summer. Now let me show you some of the spring bulbs that are already coming up. In the lasagna planter, I'm not sure, hyacinth or daffs maybe. Definitely daffodils peeking here. Newly planted bulbs, daffs and crocus. And a second flowering for the blue anemone. Not quite open yet, but I love their lively royal blue. Even as we're tucking the garden in for winter, life is already stirring underneath. The cycle continues. Rest, rebuild, and wait for spring. Thanks for joining me on this autumn tour. I'd love to know what's still blooming in your garden. Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, subscribe to follow along with our coastal Irish garden journey. Happy Samhain, everyone, and see you in the next one.